Whoo boy. Happy days are here again. Actually, happy days have been here, but we're going to be returning to something that we haven't done in quite a while. What has it been? Like 1, maybe 2 years since we did Metal Gear Monday? It's back. And we're going to be starting with Metal Gear Solid. This game I've played a number of times, so it's definitely not going to be a fresh playthrough for me. However, the last time I did play it was the last time I streamed it, so that's been a couple years, I think. I did one last run of Metal Gear Monday. I think I went through the entirety of the main series, so I must have played it some point, maybe 2016, 2017-ish. It was kind of in that range where I was doing Metal Gear Monday still, and then I took a break on it for a couple of years, and what do you know, we're back. I've got incentive to play it this time by a different means. As I've talked about before, I've got a new piece of hardware called the ReStream 2 times. I think it's their newest model, came out a month or so ago. This is an upscaler for older consoles, and it should make things look pretty sharp. It will probably look as good, if not a little bit better, through the PlayStation as it would through the PS3's emulator. And I know, why not just use the PS3? Well, I don't have a means to stream off it just yet, and the ReStream I was going to use for other consoles anyway, so I figure I might as well use it for this. This is going to launch some more Metal Gear Mondays, so we're not just going to stop with Metal Gear Solid. We're actually going to do some other things, and maybe some Metal Gear games that I have not actually streamed. I usually just stick with the main series, but I think I might end up doing some of the side stuff, some of the little, maybe lesser known, or, you know, the other things that I haven't touched before as far as the stream is concerned. So it should be pretty exciting. This is going to be an interesting one because I'm actually playing off of the original PlayStation, the console that this game originally came out on. And yeah, haven't done that before, I don't think. Like, not even just personally. I think every time I've actually played this game, it was either through the PS2 or the PS3. So yeah, a little bit weird for me doing this time around. I got my memory cards all set. I think I have... I do. I've got the wrong disc inside. Never mind. I was just testing it to make sure that it actually ran before, and it does, but I do need to grab disc 1, so excuse me a second while I go grab that. Shouldn't take more than a sec, because I think it's on my shelf right off of the collection still, so one moment. Okay, we're back. We should be good. Gonna close that lid there. Let's go ahead and switch over to the capture card. I will be getting a new capture card soon-ish. Hopefully this one will allow me to actually play off of the preview mode. But we'll see what kind of latency we're going to be dealing with. I don't know necessarily what it's going to be like. So I still might have to play off of the TV, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not too busted up about it. This right here, this is going to be the most exciting part. Let's turn this on and see what happens. Oh, yes. And? There you go. Been a while since we've seen that original Sony logo. They don't show that even on the PS3 emulator. So I got all sorts of trivia, including where that little jingle's from, but we do have a little bit of introductory cutscenes here, so I'm gonna let the game speak for itself.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island and Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by next-generation special forces, being led by members of FOXHOUND. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon. You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim. High-Tech Special Forces Unit FOXHOUND. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of FOXHOUND involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, FOXHOUND squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
The man with the same codename as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes. This is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
And that's what we have as far as an introduction goes. The little jingle that we heard during the Konami logo is actually taken from Police Knots, another Konami and Hideo Kojima game. There's a soundtrack in there where that prompts one of the songs, so that's what it's from. It's a callback to a Kojima game. Pretty nifty, huh? Anyways, this is speedrun. No, this is what we're gonna call what's called in the industry as a long play. This is gonna be pretty much as detailed of a playthrough as I can get, or at least as I can stand. So we're gonna go through all the codec calls, all the unique ones anyway, or I'm gonna try to. I might skip some of the ones that are more tutorial based, like, you know, press the action button, that kind of stuff. Maybe not so much. I do want to switch to manorial, but at a very particular point in the game, so we're gonna have to do that at some other point. Vibration on is fine. Vibration is working quite good. Obviously, we do want the captions on. I think we're all right. But yes, I've played this many times before. I think the last time I played it and streamed it, and the one that I have on YouTube is satisfactory, but I think this one might overtake it. So despite the fact that I've streamed this several times, I've only got one playthrough of this on YouTube. This might be the definitive and premium version of that, so we'll just see how it ends up working out for us. But yes, this is going to be a bit of a longer playthrough. Depending on how well I do, it might end up being about the same length. Maybe it's the same amount of parts, which I think when I streamed this and recorded it and uploaded it, it was a 4-part series. So maybe in and around there. But like I said, with all the codec sequences and everything going on, that's obviously going to bump up the length of gameplay time. So I'm not going to do VR training. I know VR training does add an additional line. Snake comments on doing VR training prior to actually doing the main game. Let's see. Previous operations here, in case anyone needs to get caught up on Metal Gear or Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. This is the third game of the series. I don't want to speak down to people, especially that are very familiar with Metal Gear Solid, because this has a very strong fan base, but surprisingly, A lot of people think that Metal Gear Solid is the first in the series, and it isn't. There were 2 games that preceded this game on what's known as the MSX2 console computer. Maybe it's family computer. I guess it's not a console. But those originally came out in Japan. They weren't actually ported to the States during that time. We instead got the shitty Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Snake's Revenge on the NES, which are both very not so great. I might do those at some point, who knows, but I'm not going to do them now. But they're very good games. Metal Gear Solid is a bit of a remake of Metal Gear 2. Very interesting stuff. Maybe I'll go back and I'll play those again sometime. But for right now, let's go ahead and get started.
I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface. But make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
So essentially, this game, like I said, is a remake of Metal Gear 2, which was on the MSX2 computer. There basically aren't a whole lot of advancements outside of the major one being that, obviously, the game is in 3D. Oh yeah, I also have to turn on analog. That is another thing. Which is where it gets its namesake from. Kojima wanted to call it, instead of calling it Metal Gear 3, he wanted to call it Metal Gear Solid because, you know, with the new 3D technology, able to render the game in 3D, he thought of it as almost being a solid, compared to the 2D sprites that were in the original games. Not sure where that's gonna go. The major advancement here is that you can actually go into first-person view mode, which was not a thing. Shit. It's been a little while since I played this, so I might be kind of rusty. Come on, getting caught in the opening area? That's no good. But yeah, like I said, the major advancement was obviously the 3D, so that's what was pushing the big-time graphics.
Snake, there's an elevator there you can take up to the ground. You'll just have to wait for the elevator to come down. You better hide somewhere.
Let's see if this guy comes around. But if you ever do happen to see a playthrough of Metal Gear 2 or you play it for yourself, you will notice that there are a lot of similar story beats. There's a lot of similar gameplay mechanics. Essentially, like I've said several times, this is just a remake of Metal Gear 2. It's sort of like a reboot. When this game first started development, I think it was on the slated to be on the 3DO, which, oh boy, that would have been something else. But fortunately, they thought to mix it up and go with Sony's PlayStation instead. Again, we are using an upscaler for this. It does look rather sharp, especially on my screen. I'm not sure if it's going through as well on the stream, but hopefully. The only way this would look better is if I was using S-card cable, which I don't have. Or if it was going through RGB, that'd be nice, but also that's a little hard to manage right now.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed. There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system. The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision.
Be careful, Snake. The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you.
He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice.
I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you
And
can
then the
find.
sneaking suit.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll hold you to that,
Ooh.
Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
You never know.
If you want to get in, there's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
What's up, Lane? Kept you waiting, huh?
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
Been a little while, but yeah, that's alright.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
6 years? I don't think so. I think I've only been doing this for 5, but either way. Anyway, we were told we can contact them whenever he wants, so we're gonna do that right now. I'm gonna be saving a lot.
What's up, Snake?
We're gonna get that Psycho Manus comment on us being cowardly or whatever.
Snake, remember what the Gauls said. The graveyards are full of indispensable men. Snake, you're all alone and surrounded by bad guys. Try to be careful and avoid getting into a fight whenever you can.
You're right. Wow, you know all sorts of great quotes, don't you?
Well, both my parents are from Guangdong, China, but I was born and raised in America. I've always liked reading literature from both sides. Kinda keeps me in touch. I'll share some more quotes with you if you like.
I'm looking forward to it. But to tell you the truth, I'd like to learn more about you.
Well, I'll think about it.
That is true, but I wasn't doing it as regularly back then. I was streaming maybe like once or twice a week. So, it is what it is. Oh well. See if we can assess the search situation right now.
Snake, your mission is to infiltrate, not to fight. Don't let the enemy see you. You didn't waste any time in getting spotted, did you? Too bad. Looks like your cover is blown. Proceed with extreme caution. First, you've got to rescue the DARPA chief. Infiltrate the building in front. Look for some way to get in.
Okay. So I do have a lot of love and respect for this game, so, you know, I might not talk that much during the cutscenes, especially since I like the dialogue so much. However, don't be surprised if I do make a comment or two. That is known to happen, so we'll just see how it goes. Ah. I can always fool this guy that comes around if he's through here. This is the best Metal Gear Solid game? To some people, yeah. Some people like other entries in the series for different purposes. I know people that like 5 the best out of all of them, just strictly because of the gameplay. I know people that like 4 just because of how much nostalgia crops up with the story, so it's like...
A surveillance camera?
There's a lot of different reasons to love a lot of the games in the series. But I think Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation is one that holds a special place in a lot of our hearts. Also, I don't know if I want to use the D-pad or the analog stick. It's a little hard to manage. Let's see. Oh, there he is. I was like, I know there's a guy around here somewhere, I just don't see him. Really? I didn't think he'd be able to see me from there. Okay, well, first things first. Despite the fact that we got spotted there, I am going to need to hit up that truck, because that's where the... what is it, the SOCOM? That's where that is. Oh, that guy's staring right at it. Good for him. I guess we'll wait and see where he goes off to. Okay. Very good. So there's the SOCOM.
Good. You've got yourself a weapon. To use it, first hold down the R2 button to enter weapon mode. Then select the weapon you want with the directional button. After you've selected the weapon you want, let go of the R2 button to exit weapon mode. The weapon you selected should appear in your hand. To use the weapon, follow the directions displayed in the window. If you use the R1 button, you can equip your weapon more quickly. While you're barehanded, press the R1 button to equip the last weapon you used. Press the R1 button while you're holding a weapon to be barehanded again. Don't fire your gun needlessly, or you might be discovered. If you had a gun with a suppressor, it would be a different story. If you have any questions about weapons or equipment, you should ask our military analyst, Nastasha. Her frequency is 141.52.
I've known several people, because they don't give you a means to contact her otherwise, but I've known several people that didn't even know Nastasha was in this game, simply because they never got that codec call when you're holding a weapon.
This is Nastasha Romanenko. A pleasure to work with you, Solid Snake.
You're the nuclear specialist that the Colonel mentioned?
That's me. You can ask me anything about nukes that you want. I am also a military analyst, so I have an extensive knowledge of weapon systems as well. They asked me to participate in this operation as a supervisor from the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. I was happy to accept. We must not allow terrorists to get their hands on nuclear weapons of any kind. I hope I can help you to stop them.
You're a tough lady.
Those terrorists are serious about launching a nuclear weapon? The world cannot stand by idly and allow that to happen, and neither can I. Unfortunately, all I can do from here is provide you with information.
Hopefully that'll be enough. Another soldier here wouldn't make a difference anyway. It's good to work with you, Nastasha.
Same here, Snake.
She's hot. Yeah, a little bit. Oh boy, who's the voice actress? Renee Raudman, the girl that does her. Her Russian accent sort of slips in and out. It's not exactly perfect. The more you talk to her, the more apparent it is. So it kind of breaks the illusion a little bit. But she does okay. She's not a terribly well-known actress, but we do have two people in this game that are on the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, if anybody's ever seen that cartoon. So she does the teacher. I forget the name, but I think Billy's teacher is who she voices. And then we'll have another character coming up in a little bit. A surveillance camera? Let's see. Okay, this guy's coming out here. They have this guy come around, and he like pretty much steps right in front of you. I think it's sort of like a fake out tactic in case you're hiding over here. But he shouldn't actually be able to see you, even though he gets pretty damn close. Unless it's like that other situation I had down at the bottom where I was actually hiding behind something and the guy saw me for whatever reason. And see, there you go. I'm going to try and be... I know we haven't had the best display yet, but I'm going to try to be somewhat sneaky about this, and I'm not going to kill everybody in sight. So, you know... This isn't going to be an all-kill run, but it most certainly isn't going to be, like, no alerts, obviously, and
base must have some
no
kind
kills.
Of ventilation system to recirculate the air. There should be air ducts around there somewhere.
I'm standing right in front of it, thanks.
They must need a lot of power to run the base. There's probably a diesel generator somewhere. And since generating electricity requires oxygen, there must be exhaust openings for that, too. You're not going to believe this, but they shot down the F-16s we were using as a diversion with a Hind D. Then we got a message from Liquid. He said if we try something like that again, he'll launch the nuke. Snake, hurry up and get in there. That Hind will be coming back soon.
I managed to take him out pretty goddamn quick. What was that, like 5 minutes ago? Anyway, there's always got to be some detailed explanation on different processes in this game, so... There you go, there's our exhaust vent. Master.
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what are you doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80.
Okay, is that one automatically logged? Let's see. Yes, it is. Alright, good deal. I'll talk to everybody once we actually get inside. I don't know that there's any specific conversations regarding the vents. Unless somebody knows something I don't. Yeah, despite the fact that you're in first-person view mode, you could actually just press your face up against the grates, either down at the bottom or in front of you.
I moved the Darker Chief to the cell in the first floor basement.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
They just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get
Woman
careless.
in the cell?
Woman in the cell?
Yeah.
Did something happen?
There's an intruder.
Really?
He's already done 3 people.
He's killed 3 people?
Yeah. Say he's using stealth, too.
Stealth? There's an intruder besides me?
Anyway, I want you to increase the security detail on the Chief.
So is that a young Steve Bloom? I don't know. I can never tell. He was doing so much, like, offhand extra work around this time period. I gotta say, this was pretty revolutionary at the time. You didn't have a whole lot of games that had as much dialogue as this one had, and especially, even if they did, it wasn't to the extent that Metal Gear Solid had. Obviously, it wasn't the first one. It wasn't even the first Konami game. Castlevania Symphony of the Night was fully voice acted, and that was in 1997. This one came out in 1998. You know, difference of a few years, but still, the results were astounding, especially when you compare, like, you know, the professionalism, for the most part, of what Metal Gear Solid was able to accomplish, and the, you know, what is a man out of Castlevania. So it's pretty great what they were able to do.
Press the action button to drop down.
Okay, thank you, Campbell. That's remarkable information. I guess I don't really need that ration, do I?
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
You found out where the DARPA chief is. With his nanomachine transmitter, he should show up as a green dot on your radar when you get close. Try to find him.
Oh, I love Chinese English accent mailing. It's such a goddamn shame that they had to get rid of that when Twin Snakes came around. And it's even more of a shame that they had to consider that one to be the canon one.
Come on, Snake.
What
you
an
can do
insult.
it.
Snake, you've got to think. Your mind is your most dangerous weapon. If things are getting too complicated, try to simplify your thoughts. You can also try calling Campbell for advice.
Good idea. I might just do that. Do they start off with somebody on the second floor, or is that later? I guess that's later, because I'm not seeing anybody. Okay, level 2 security cards. What's this one? Oh, that's actually just open. Oh, the thermal goggles. Those come in handy. I remember where items were, but I don't remember where specific items are, so I might be missing something every now and again.
Snake, that floor is designed so that your footsteps echo.
This is a good one.
Listen, Snake, there's a way to walk so your footsteps won't be heard. I call it stalking. Here's how you do it. First, put your weight on the opposite foot that you're going to step with. Then, take a step so that your heel makes contact with the ground first. Then, as you slowly lower the tip of your foot to the floor, gradually shift your weight onto that foot. Use your knees to maintain the subtle balance. Try it. I can't do it. Another way is to wear your socks over your shoes. If you crawl on your stomach, you won't make any noise either.
Miller's so defeated after that. Well, try wearing your socks over your shoes. Suppose that could work. Yeah, basically, the sound conducting floors were a big thing in Metal Gear 2. They even had specific sections with, like, reality breaking physics with, like, sand that made noise. So obviously it carried over into this one, mostly just with the grates here. There aren't, like, you know, singing sand or anything weird like that, but you can just crawl over it. That is one way to bypass any sort of sound you might make with them. Okay, if I remember right, there isn't really much down here. There's a couple soldiers, and let's see what that is. That still requires a key card, which we don't have any right now. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't gonna work for me. No, no, no. Bastard doors. Oh, come on, it was just on the floor. There we go. Is it B1 or B2? I don't remember. I guess let's just go down in sequential order. Oh yeah, no, this is where we're supposed to go.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
Snake, look at your radar. We've picked up the DARPA chief's signal.
Can you see the green dot flashing on your radar? That's coming from the transmitter in the chief's body. That's where you'll find him.
It looks like the chief is being held in a cell. Find some way to get in there. Hurry up and get him out.
There he is. Doesn't really look like a flashing green dot to me. It just looks like static.
Look at the radar.
Yeah.
Picking... Come on, Snake. You can do it.
Soldiers that have been forged in the fires of battle are used to catching naps whenever and wherever they can. There's a big difference between real soldiers and those kids who have only been trained in VR simulators. After playing for a long time, you should get some rest.
Ah, yes. Always breaking that fourth wall, aren't we? It's a level 6 door. It's a level 1. Can't get that yet. Can I use a ration? I can. Okay. I know that there's one down here too. So we're coming up on probably, I don't know. I don't know what you consider Easter eggs in this game, but it's probably the first one here.
Snake, if you want to go up or down a ladder, just press the action button by the ladder.
Let's have a little talk about this SOCOM, maybe, shall we?
Good. You found a SOCOM. That's a Special Operations Command pistol. It's a 45 caliber pistol with plenty of stopping power. It's also equipped with a LAM for nighttime combat. If you hold down the weapon button, you can train the laser sight on the enemy to help you aim. If you find a SOCOM suppressor, you can equip that too. That pistol was designed specifically for use by special forces, so I think it will be useful. Some people find it a little heavy and hard to use, but it shouldn't be a problem for you.
Oh. Got plenty of experience handling hard and heavy items. But we're not going to use it for a little while. I guess there's an opportunity coming up, but other than that, I'm probably going to keep it holstered until we actually get the suppressor, which shouldn't be too long from now, so don't have to worry about it too much. We'll definitely want to get as much ammunition as we can, especially with stuff coming up pretty shortly here.
Oh, kinda damn cold. I hate Alaska. Boy, oh boy, that woman is built all right.
It's Johnny, yeah. Whole clan of Johnnies. Obviously, we won't be seeing too much of him, but he does make an appearance every now and again.
Is that a woman? Not him.
Not him, but that doesn't mean we can't look. Okay, so the first thing that I really consider to be an Easter egg is over here. This is going to take a little while to do. This is another one of those things why obviously this isn't going to be a speed run on my part, just because I'm going to be doing weird shit like this. So every time that we leave the vent and then go back in, there's going to be a little bit of a difference with Meryl, so... let's give it a try. Now, in instance of emulators, it would be handy during this part to have something to actually speed up this process. Unfortunately, you can't, so that's just one of those things. They did replicate this Easter egg in Twin Snakes on the GameCube, and it was a lot simpler to do. Instead of having to leave the vent to get her to change her animation, you just had to back off a little bit and then come back around, and, you know, she was already doing something different. However, something does happen in that game if you do leave the vent and go back in, which we'll see the original version of here in a minute. We just gotta do, I think we gotta do it like twice more. So we'll see. If I remember right, she does the sit-ups in the bed, she does the one-handed push-ups on the floor, and then she does leg stretches against the wall. And then it's something different will happen. I was talking about before, I think when I first played this game, I got it as part of a collection of games. There was a 3-pack. And on the one hand, it was nice because, you know, for $30, $10 each, I was able to play the core games for Metal Gear Solid 2, and Metal Gear Solid 3, which was nice, but they were, I think they were the substance and subsistence versions of Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, but they didn't have the second discs on them, which, what the hell was even the point? Actually, I don't remember if the Substance version of Metal Gear Solid 2 had a second disc, but it was adjusted because it didn't have the skateboarding or the secret missions. So again, what was the point? And for some reason, in the HD collections, they're not included on those either, which is just upsetting. I don't understand why they can't give people, you know, any of the content that was on those games. At the very least, with the HD collection of Snake Eater, you do get the MSX versions of the games, so, you know, that's like bare minimum. If you were doing a collection and those were already on the PlayStation 3 platform, you should include them, and they did, but you don't get the theater, you don't get the Ape Escape missions. And here we have the big change. Ooh, baby. Goddamn, look at those flippers. It's got no definition on those feet. But yeah, she takes off her pants, so, you know. This was like the big thing back in the day. Like, whoa, dude, did you know that if you entered the ventilation shaft in the holding cells 3 or 4 times, Meryl takes off her pants? And, you know, everybody's all excited about that. We're gonna do it one more time. Obviously with the, you know, total of 24 polygons on the PlayStation era models. Not that exciting nowadays, but back then, you know, that was a pretty big deal. I know, right? Oh, baby. Getting HARD on the stream. This won't be the first time that you're able to get her to take off her pants. I know how that sounds, but it does happen a little bit later in the game, which I don't even know if I'm going to make it that far, depending on how long this playthrough ends up being. But, you know, just for one stream today, we're going to get there eventually, but maybe not today. Anyway, here's that. For all you horn dogs out there, you get a little bit of cheek. There's definitely cheek textured on there, so you're welcome. Trying to get it so that the stupid grate isn't in the way, but there's like not a specific angle I'm able to get where that's possible. I think it's as good as it's gonna get. So, there you go.
Snake, the DARPA chief's signal is coming from somewhere in that area. Isn't there some place to drop down? Take a look around in first-person view mode.
That is true. Hey, do you have any comments regarding your niece in here?
It looks like the chief is being held in
All
a
right.
cell.
It would appear that way, yes.
People's reaction speed is slowest around 3 o'clock in the morning, and so is their judgment. If you're feeling drowsy, you should get some sleep.
That's kind of weird, though. Are many people up during those hours to conduct, like, a, you know, positive test on that? I mean, I guess for the people that are.
Who's that?
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay? We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle
Metal
tank.
Gear. Can't be. Yeah, we've already beaten like 2 of those.
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution.
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean...
Uh-oh.
HAL. Yes, of course.
I'm getting some weird disk read errors.
It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes. Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker? The president of ArmsTech?
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of FOXHOUND. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by ArmsTech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes. You can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
2nd floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes. They cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Hey, what happened?
Dead.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but...
A heart attack? No.
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
Absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
Okay then. Yeah, I hope it works too. I don't think there'll be too many major issues, but that's just the unfortunate side effect of using original hardware. In this case, I don't think it's the discs. The discs are pretty pristine because I just had them cleaned, you know, when I actually bought this particular version of the game. In this case, it's actually my PlayStation. This thing is older than dirt, and I didn't always treat it so kindly. It's the one from my childhood, so you can only imagine. But anyway, I think for the most part, we're probably not going to have too many hiccups. Cutscenes, you never know, but since most of the stuff is rendered in-game, I don't think it's going to be an issue.
Don't move!
Awkward cut there.
So you killed the chief. You bastard! Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move!
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking. Can you shoot me, rookie?
Careful, I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance, that scared look in your eyes. They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie!
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here.
Looks like we'll be a little delayed.
What are you doing? Don't think. Shoot!
If you don't get the gun, the SOCOM at the beginning of the game, obviously he's not going to point it at her. He doesn't just manifest a gun out of thin air. I believe he grabs the barrel and points it up, but there's slight little differences like that. It's always neat to see little things change depending on your actions.
Snake, what are you doing? Take care of the bad guys and get the hell out of there.
Oh, the bad guys.
You better use that weapon you found.
No response? What are you doing? You're supposed to be my support, goddammit.
What are you waiting for? Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie.
I'm telling you, shoot!
Gotta watch out for that shit. Rookie mistake.
Thanks for the help.
Wait!
Ah, there it is. The ass shot.
Who are you?
You fool! You've killed him!
I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea.
This little victory pose he got there.
Good girl. Just like that.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, FOXHOUND's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
Okay. So in order to open the doors that have the keycard requirements, you do have to have it equipped. This is also something that they took from Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. Nice look there, Johnny. Was there something under the beds? Could have sworn I remember something. Fortunately, in this game, once you get a card that's superior to the one that you already have, as like a higher level security clearance, you can just use that in place of using it, you know, a lower security clearance card on a lower security clearance door. Basically what I mean is, if you have a level 1 door and a level 2 card, you don't have to switch to the level 1 card. Basically, the 2 lets you open up the 1, which wasn't the case in the previous game, and it was the biggest pain in the ass. Unless you backtracked and went way the hell out of your way, you can go back and combine the key cards that you had into like a solid red or blue key card, depending on which levels you had. And then you can use it as sort of like an all-in-one, well, an all-in-2. But it was still a bit of a pain, and the fact that you had to backtrack in order to do that, that was also not very fun. So they sort of learned, you know, there are some quality of life changes. Not everything is ripped directly from Metal Gear 2 and put in a 3D environment, but you know, some of these changes ended up working out pretty well. These guys are moving all over the place. Okay, so this is what I want to get in here. Almost superseded that for a second. That wouldn't have been good. Okay, so that's a suppressor. We just equip that in the items and this, and there you go. It's all together now. So now we can shoot the gun and don't have to worry about it making any noise. I still don't know that I'm just gonna go around shooting everybody in the back, but you know, if I need to, I'll do it. And I think this one up here is a level 1 security door too, so let's give it a quick little look. Yes, it is. I don't think there's any mines or anything this early, but it doesn't hurt to check. Okay, cool. Cardboard box. I think Nastasha has a comment on this one.
A cardboard box. A cardboard box usually consists of a thin pasteboard with a corrugated paper center. They are usually made of recycled paper. It was first invented in Europe over 100 years ago. It was originally used to absorb one's sweat when wearing hats. With the same amount of wood to make one wooden box, you can make 6 or 7 cardboard boxes. And since it's recyclable, it's highly economical. In addition, it's strong and easy to store. That's why it's widely used for packing. But to avoid damaging weapons and other delicate instruments when shipping them, they should be packed in stronger boxes like wood or something. Also, the crevices should be filled with styrofoam to prevent
Nice little history lesson on boxes.
So, anyway, what's with the box?
Oh, nothing. No big deal.
Also, no, it is not just a box. What are you talking about? Yeah. It's also what the soldiers will comment on if they actually see you wearing it. I don't think anybody else talks about the box. Let's see if Miller has anything to say. Hold on.
Snake.
Okay, we already got that one.
Don't make too much noise or you'll be spotted.
Everybody's hung up on the goddamn floor. Let's talk about the box, please. Big Boss was always the one that had more adoration for the box, so there's a lot of codec sequences or radio calls that have more to do with boxes when it concerns him. Big Boss just thought it was the niftiest thing. I don't remember if there was specifically a box in Solid Snake, the previous game, but there were definitely plenty of items that you could hide in. One of them being a bucket, which was also bulletproof. So that one was always handy. Also watch, this guy's gonna walk right up here, not gonna do a goddamn thing. See ya, sucker. Okay, pretty sure that's all we can get at that point in time. We do end up getting other key cards later on, just in the same building, so I'll go back and check on it in a bit. This place was a little bit of a pain in the ass.
What is it, Snake?
Let's do a little thing here. This is also going to be another Easter egg.
Snake. What is it, Snake? Talk to you later, Snake.
She's not saying, she's not differing her dialogue.
Come on, Snake. Don't call me for no
There we
reason.
Go. Look at her. She's getting all pouty. Now she's turned into an anime character. She's got the eyebrow twitch. I don't remember if it was in this game or if it... There she goes. Okay, that's what I was looking for. She sticks her tongue out at you. That's the last of it. But she's still not happy about you contacting her without having anything to do. But we'll go ahead and save the game here. Oh, I didn't realize I was making a new block save every time.
Snake, listen to what Lochi said. He who knows that enough is enough will always have enough. Just because you see an item doesn't mean that you always have to get it. If you don't really need it, think twice before you stick your neck out. It might not be worth it.
Good advice.
The walls that were cemented over should look slightly different. Look at the walls carefully in first-person view mode. Try to find the walls that have a different pattern.
Did you try hitting the wall? Maybe it'll sound different too.
You'll need some kind of explosive to destroy the wall. Like C4 or something. Take a good look around the armory.
I couldn't tell you how many people I know that told me that they got stuck on this part. I know at least one person that wasn't able to progress at all beyond this part just because they didn't know what to do.
They were conducting exercises with this new Metal Gear prototype? Is that what the DARPA chief said?
Yeah.
What the hell?
So you know about Metal Gear?
Just rumors. I heard it is some kind of walking tank that can deliver an accurate nuclear strike from any terrain. Mountains, deserts, swamps, wherever. But you are the real expert on Metal Gear, aren't you, Snake?
Yeah, I guess I am. But what about the PAL system that the DARPA chief mentioned?
It is a device attached to a nuclear weapon system to prevent the missile from being armed or launched. Usually, a secret detonation code or combination is necessary to launch the missile.
According to the chief, there are 2 codes, and the terrorists already know one of them.
The other code? If the terrorists find out that one too.
Yeah, I've got to hurry and rescue President Baker.
Okay. So we're going to be looking for discolored walls here, not unlike this one right here. They did paint a stripe on it, so it wasn't completely unpainted. Obviously, it sounds a little bit different when you knock on it, too. So that's what they were referring to earlier. There's also those trap doors. I think there's only 2 in this area, but those can be a pain in the ass if you don't know what to look out for. Let's see, C4, level 1. That's what we need. I do remember there being traps in these rooms, too, but I don't think they're in this one. And there's actually 2 of these hidden walls that lead to some items, so that's always good. This one might have had some traps, let's see. Oh yeah, no, okay, this one definitely has some traps, some trap doors. Really? I don't think this one did. This looks awfully similar to a room that's in Metal Gear Solid 2 that has some like claymore mines set up on the walls, but they weren't getting that advanced yet. The leap in like just how many traps and other little nonsense items there were from Metal Gear Solid to Metal Gear Solid 2 was kind of astounding. They really wanted to screw you over. Metal Gear Solid 2 can be a very difficult game if you don't know what to look out for, and even if you do, it still could be a pain in the ass, so... grenades, huh? Actually, we've been getting all this crap and we don't have any info on any of it. We gotta call Nastasha for each and every one of them.
That is C4 explosive, a plastic explosive with a texture similar to clay, so you can shape it in almost any way you want. Although it has 1.4 times the destructive power of dynamite, it is highly stable and won't explode without a detonating device, even if it is shot, burned, or beaten. You are using a wireless detonator, yes? The detonator is equipped with a scrambler, so you don't have to worry about interference from any other radio source. Make sure you are sufficiently far enough away when it goes off. Also, as you know, the sound of the explosive will alert your enemies, so be careful.
More Russian hottie you could dig, alright. Fair enough. We'll go ahead and do it then. She should have a comment on pretty much everything. Let's see if it works for like the grenades too.
You found some grenades. Just pull the pin and it explodes after 5 seconds. You can get a lot done during those 5 seconds, Snake. How you use them is up to you.
You gotta make it sound all sultry. But I don't need them right now, so I'm not gonna have them out. C4, on the other hand, I do need. Really? SOCOM bullets. FAMAS? Level 2, come on. That requires level 4. That is a bit of step up from our pay grade. Let's see, so there's a wall there. I don't think there's another one. I could give it a quick scan through, but I'm pretty sure the only additional hidden rooms are just on the back wall there. What was in here? That was a C4 room, okay. Step out a little more. Nothing there, though there is some heavy cracks. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure it's just the 3. So we don't need to look any further. I got a little confused here too. I don't remember what it was specifically, but I definitely didn't see the concreted over walls right away. Got one right here. We actually got 2 here. I think there are some more C4 in this room, so I'm gonna blow it. We also have those aren't security cameras. I think those are the auto turrets, so if we get caught by them, we just get shot and not set off an alert, which, you know, is also kind of bad, but not as bad in my opinion. There you go. Okay, so there's a C4 times 2. I'm pretty sure these doors we won't be able to get until much later. Keycard 4 and keycard 6, so yeah. And then that is just a ration, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Wait a sec. Okay, everybody pay attention to what's going to be said here by a particular somebody that's making his first appearance here, because people get this quote wrong all the time.
He's alive. You're the Arms Tech president, Kenneth Baker, right? Don't worry.
Groan.
No, don't touch it.
C4.
Right. Touch that wire, and the C4 will blow up along with the old man. So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about.
And you?
Special Operations Foxhound. Revolver Ocelot.
There he goes.
I've been waiting for you, Solid Snake. Now we'll see if the man can live up to the legend. This is the greatest handgun ever made. The Colt Single Action Army. 6 bullets, more than enough to kill anything that moves. Now I'll show you why they call me Revolver. Draw!
There we go. Okay, so we got it, kids. He doesn't say this gun is the greatest gun, or this gun is the best gun. He says this is the greatest handgun ever made. Anyway, we should have some radio info on this guy. Let's take a listen.
If you've got a question about Foxhound, ask Dr. Naomi.
Revolver Ocelot is a former member of Spetsnaz. After the fall of the Soviet Union, he apparently served in the Russian tax police's elite SWAT team. After that, he joined the SVR, the Russian Foreign Intelligence Agency, which was formerly a part of the KGB. But according to my sources, he was dissatisfied with the rigid system of the KGB and wanted to get out. That's when he was recruited by Foxhound. He's a gun fanatic and totally obsessed with cowboy movies and spaghetti westerns. He's also something of a sadist. He learned the most advanced torture techniques while he was with Spetsnaz.
Yeah, he had plenty of practice. Lubyanka prison is located right there inside KGB headquarters. In a gunfight, reloading is usually the most dangerous time.
But he loves it.
He loves it. Use that to your advantage. You'll have to take him out when he's reloading. Can you see where his number of remaining bullets is displayed on the screen? Wait for the right moment, and then take him out.
Well, yes, I can see that now that you mention it. Also love like the passion in Campbell's voice, but he loves it.
He is using a single-action army? The first model of that gun was made in 1873, over 130 years ago. Today, they're still being made in small numbers, but that's just for collectors and such. Nobody uses them in combat anymore. The biggest drawback to revolver-style handguns is reload time. That's your chance.
The muzzle velocity of a bullet fired from a revolver is slower than one fired from an automatic. That's bad for you. The slower a gun's muzzle velocity, the more damage it does. That's because the bullet will tend to lodge in the body instead of going right through. Those kind of wounds take a long time to heal. Sometimes they never do. I think that's part of the reason he likes that gun. He's a real sick puppy, that Ocelot.
Oh, you would know, wouldn't you?
Back to a revolver is the reload time. That's your chance.
Snake?
Yes? Oh, sorry, I totally skipped you. Win, Snake, win! There's my voice acting for the day.
Wrong! Hiding won't help you. I understand the bullets you see. I make them go where I want. I love to reload.
I'm sure you do.
All right. I'm alive
Still like that reload time, Ocelot? Are you feeling it now? I really should let him finish his lines. He's got some good ones.
But to you, be the smell of your own death.
I love the smell of cordite. You know, that sulfury smell. I'm pretty sure that's what he was gonna say. Oh, come on, Snake. Wrong way, asshole.
You're pretty good. Just what I'd expect from the man with the same code as the boss. It's been a long time since I had such a good fight, but I'm just getting warmed up. What? My hand!
The whole Ocelot voice just goes out the window when he says that. My hand!
Stealth camouflage. Can't you even die right? You were lucky. We'll meet again! Who are you?
Also, thank you.
I like you. I have no name.
That exoskeleton.
Okay, bye.
Who the hell? Can you talk?
Who are you?
I'm not one of them. The DARPA chief told me he gave them his detonation code. What about yours?
Oh, I get it. Jim sent you. You're from the Pentagon.
Answer my question. What about your code? There's no time.
I talked.
What? Now the terrorists have both codes and can launch any time.
It's not like I didn't fight. I managed to resist Psycho Mantis's mind probe.
He couldn't read you? How'd you do it?
Surgical implants in my brain.
Surgical implants?
Kind of like a psychic insulation. Everyone who knows these top secret codes has it.
Even the DARPA chief?
Of course.
But the DARPA chief said Mantis got his code by reading his mind.
Are you sure you heard him right?
Yeah, I'm sure. In that case, how did they get your code?
I never had any training on how to resist torture.
It looks like he had some fun with you, all right.
Oh, he's not human. I tell you, he loved every second of it.
What happened to your arm?
He broke it.
Looks like you're more than even now. His was sliced off.
Ha, you're a funny man. So the DARPA chief, is he okay?
Dead.
What? Can't be. No, that's not what you promised, Jim. Now you want to shut me up?
Calm down. What's wrong with you? I just told you I was here to save you. I didn't kill the DARPA chief. He had a heart attack or something.
A heart attack? Oh, don't be a fool.
Anyway, the terrorists have both codes now.
Those boys are totally insane. They wouldn't hesitate to launch.
I agree, but what do they really want?
Oh, who knows? Maybe they're like us in the arms industry, always looking forward to the next good war.
Well, I'm not gonna let these maniacs start a war today. You still have the card keys?
Card keys?
To override the detonation code. I heard you had them.
No, not anymore.
What? Who does then? Not the terrorists?
No, that woman.
Woman? Who?
A soldier that was thrown in prison along with me.
A female soldier, it must be.
She said she had just joined up as a new recruit. They threw her in prison because she refused to take part in the rebellion.
A new recruit? Could that be the Colonel's niece?
I gave her the key. Looks like she managed to break out of here, though. I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she is. She's green, but as tough as they come. But how did you know she escaped?
I was in contact with her by codec. Until I was tied up here, that is.
Codec?
Yes, she stole it from the guard. If she still has it, you should be able to contact her.
I'm sure she still has it. What frequency was she at?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, it's... Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Damn!
Oh, that's right. It should be on the back of the CD case. Try to contact her.
I'll contact her right away. But tell me, if this doesn't work, is there some other way to prevent the missile launch?
You need to find Hal Emmerich, one of my employees.
Who's that?
The team leader of the Metal Gear Rex project. A genius at engineering, but a little bit of an oddball. If there's anyone who can figure out how to stop Metal Gear from launching, it's him.
What if he can't come up with anything?
You'll have to destroy it. Emmerich knows how to destroy Metal Gear.
Where is this Emmerich?
Well, he's probably being held somewhere in the nuclear warhead storage building. It's north from here. That's where he worked.
I understand, but why Metal Gear? The nuclear age ended with the turn of the millennium.
Oh, you're wrong. The threat of nuclear war isn't gone. In fact, it's greater than it's ever been.
Oh boy. We're gonna get a spiel.
The amount of spent nuclear fuel and plutonium is increasing even today. Listen, have you ever seen a warehouse full of nuclear material?
No.
Drums and drums of nuclear waste stacked this high, as far as you can see, because there's still no real way to dispose of the stuff.
So they just close the lid and try to pretend like it'll go away?
Essentially, yes. And they're not even doing a good job of storing it. Many of the drums are corroded, with nuclear waste seeping out of them.
Unbelievable.
Not only that, but several pounds of MUF are reported every year.
MUF?
It stands for material unaccounted for. It proves that there's a large and well-organized black market in...
You ever see a porn from the 70s?
Furthermore, since
That's a MUF.
War, Russian nuclear engineers in particular are out of work with no way to turn. In other words, there's plenty of available nuclear material and scientists for making a bomb. We live in an age when any small country can have a nuclear weapons program.
What about the other superpowers?
Russia and China still maintain a significant nuclear presence. Complete nuclear disarmament is an impossibility. To maintain our own policy of deterrence, we need a weapon of overwhelming power.
You mean Metal Gear?
Yes. You know our industry suffered quite a blow as a result of the cuts in military budgets due to this so-called peace.
I remember hearing a lot about mergers and takeovers among the big weapons makers.
Yes, and after my company lost their bid to produce the Air Force's next line of fighter jet, the Metal Gear system was our last ace in the hole. That's why we pushed to have Metal Gear developed as a black project.
Black project?
Secret projects paid for by the Pentagon's black budget. You can avoid a lot of red tape and get a great lead time on your weapons production. And no one can bother you. Not even those bleeding heart liberals on the Military Oversight Committee.
Goddamn liberals.
Bribes.
I prefer to think of it as good business. Anyway, Metal Gear was going to be formally adopted after the results of this exercise were analyzed.
I don't give a crap about you and your company.
Yes, that's about what I'd expect from a grunt like you. Here, this is what you came for, right?
What's that?
An optical disc. It's all here. The main hard drive was destroyed by gunfire. This is the only remaining copy of the data.
What kind of data?
All the data collected from this exercise. Don't play dumb. I know you were sent to get this. I hid it from that sadistic maniac while he was torturing me. They don't know this disc exists. Make sure you report this to Jim. To your boss. I'll give you my card too. It'll open up all security level 2 doors.
Can you walk?
No. No, you go on without me. They got my password. They don't want anything else from me.
I have one more question. Who or what was that ninja thing? It looked like you knew something.
That ninja? That was FOXHOUND's dark little secret.
Dark little secret?
An experimental genome soldier.
You know him?
You should ask Dr. Naomi Hunter from FOXHOUND. She knows better than I.
Naomi?
You've got to stop them. If it goes public, my company and I are finished.
What? Doesn't Metal Gear use currently existing technology?
Metal Gear itself does, but... What did you do to me? Oh, no. Oh, no, it can't be. Those Pentagon bastards. So, they actually went and did it.
What are you talking about?
They're just using you for...
What the hell?
Colonel, are you listening? Now he's dead too.
I have no idea.
Don't lie to me.
It looked like another heart attack, but...
Some kind of poison?
Well, there are lots of drugs that can cause a heart attack in large doses. For example, potassium chloride or dioxides, but we won't be able to tell without doing an autopsy.
Damn!
Snake, I want you and Meryl to work together.
Can I trust her?
More than you can trust me. Get in contact with her.
Snake, there's a lot of electrical interference coming from there. It should be okay if you do burst transmission like us, but normal transmission is probably impossible. Try moving away from that area.
Snake, get a hold of yourself.
Naomi, what the hell was that ninja thing? A member of FOXHOUND?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, we have no one like that in our unit.
Is that right?
No.
Snake, I'm counting on you.
Baker seemed to have another idea. So anyway, the idea also from this is taken from Metal Gear 2. Anytime you beat a boss, you go up a rank. Actually, they instilled that in the original Metal Gear. But more rank means you can carry more ammunition, you can carry more rations, though I don't think in this particular case we can. Life has increased, so it has a slew of good benefits. I'm gonna go back this way. Well, actually, we have to go back this way, don't we? But it looks like we can carry more ammo. SOCOM was docked at 25 bullets first time around, and now we're at a good cool 49.
It is just like Baker said. We are facing increasing danger from stored nuclear materials. You see, there are 3 elements necessary in the manufacture of nuclear weapons: nuclear materials, nuclear engineers, and manufacturing technology. All 3 of them can easily be acquired by either legal or illegal means. If you have enough money, that is.
First, the DARPA chief, and then President Baker die of a heart attack?
Yeah, smells pretty rotten to me. Master, do you know anything?
No, but there's definitely something going on. Keep your eyes open.
Something.
Snake, you can't use your radar in that area. There's some kind of electronic jamming coming from there. I wonder what it is. Anyway, be careful.
Ah, damn it. Keep skipping our dialogue, but at least you didn't have anything important to say there. Okay, so with the level 2 security key card, we should be able to open up at least like one of these. I know the FAMAS was in a level 2, so let's go check that out. Actually, I need to get the ammo in here. Bulk that up a little bit. This was, yeah, there's security lasers here. Nothing too complex. But you don't want to hit those. I think in this area they probably set off like the gas or something like that and locks the door. Not a whole lot of fun.
It looks like the place is protected by infrared sensors. Somehow you'll have to make it past the
Oh, I already did that, but thank you. Alright, fine. I'll move away from here. So this part up next confused the hell out of me because the first version I played of this game was, as I said, part of that 3-pack, and it came in a DVD style case with barely anything on it. I think I had a Kojima, what was the name of his original team? I don't know. Kojima Productions? No, I don't think so. But what the hell was it? I don't know. Basically, it had the Fox logo on the back, and that was goddamn it. So there's a point where they tell you to look on the back of the CD case to find Meryl's frequency, because you need to get in contact with her. But I had absolutely no idea how to do any of that. What's up, Deller? Also, thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. Oh, I think that's a fair amount of people.
The DARPA chief and President Baker. So now the terrorists know both detonation codes.
Yeah, and on top of that, they both died right in front of my eyes.
Snake, now that the terrorists have both detonation codes, the only way to stop a nuclear launch is to either use the detonation code release keys that Meryl's holding, or
find the Metal Gear chief engineer that President Baker mentioned, Hal Emmerich.
In any case, you should contact Meryl by codec. Wasn't her frequency written on the back of the CD case?
There you go. No, not on the one I use, but thanks, Campbell. Appreciate it. Also, what's up, Mega? Good to see you here. Appreciate all the people from Deller's Place coming by. Had twice, but that didn't read properly? Oh, you're okay. Anyway, you're supposed to look on the back of the CD case, as they say. That's the hint that they give you inside the codec frequencies. So what the hell was I supposed to look at? I was like looking on this thing. I'm like, this? Is that a CD case? And I had played Resident Evil prior to this, and I was thinking, well, is there a way to like look at at the objects like you can in Metal Gear? Is there something on the back of this disc? It made absolutely no sense to me because I had the 3-pack game and it came in that goddamn DVD case that has absolutely nothing on it. But yeah, we got the case right here, and Meryl's frequency is 140.15. I memorized that by now, but it's like, if you ever need it, that's where it is. If you're ever playing this game digitally, I don't know if... No, you know what? They do have the case on the digital instruction manual, so that's good. Anyway, 12 droids. You were fortunate enough to get rated with 13. Nice. 12 droids and Mega.
Who are you?
I was really impressed with the way you busted yourself out of there.
The one from the prison?
You're the Colonel's niece, Meryl, right?
No, it's not him. Just exactly who are you?
I'm the fool that your uncle sent all alone into the middle of this whole mess.
You came by yourself? You think you're some kind of one-man army?
I don't need lectures. You're just like your uncle, you know?
How do you know my uncle?
We go way back.
What's your name?
My name's not important.
Aha. Could you be Snake? Are you Solid Snake?
That's what some people call me.
The legendary Solid Snake? You? Sorry about before. I wasn't sure if you were one of the good guys.
But I knew you were.
How?
It's your eyes.
My eyes?
They're not soldiers' eyes.
And they're rookies' eyes, right?
No, they're beautiful, compassionate eyes.
Oh, just what I'd expect from the legendary...
I'm just kidding, they're actually rookies' eyes.
Trying to sweep me off my feet?
Don't worry, you'll land back on them once you meet me. The reality is no match for the legend, I'm afraid.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Why did you look so surprised when you saw my face?
Because you look just like him.
You mean the terrorist leader, Liquid Snake?
Yeah, you know him? You're not brothers, are you?
I have no family.
So what's the deal then?
Who knows? Why don't you ask him? But first I want some information. You were involved in this exercise from the beginning. What exactly happened here?
I'm sorry. I was captured along with President Baker right after the terrorist attack.
That's okay. But what is this place? I don't think it's just a nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Boy, oh boy, it's just like them. Nobody told you
Man,
anything,
people don't tell
did
me
they?
shit. Also, I'm probably not gonna finish this before you go back to it because I'm just doing this on Mondays, so, you know, it's gonna be a little while. It might be a month.
This is a civilian base?
Right, for the development of Metal Gear.
Colonel.
FOXHOUND and the Next Generation Special Forces were called here for the test launching of a dummy nuclear warhead.
Why FOXHOUND?
Because they're a special ops group used to handling top secret missions. They figured they could help keep it all hush-hush.
But we must have fired nuclear warheads before. Why just this time?
I heard it was because this was to be a final
Yeah,
test
first it's
before the
my
formal
eyes, now it's my
adoption of the
butt.
Metal Gear program. Well, that's what I heard anyway.
Kind and compassionate butt.
Fishy. So
Or just a rookie's butt, I don't know.
Sorry, I'm not sure. I was captured with President Baker right after the revolt started.
Oh yeah, that's when he gave you the detonation code override keys, right?
That's right.
Amazing you were able to keep him hidden from the guards.
Well, women have more hiding places than men. Anyway, you met Baker, huh? How's he holding up?
He's dead.
What?
Heart attack. Same as the DARPA chief.
The chief died from a heart attack too?
Yeah. Was either of them sick or anything?
No, not that I heard of.
Well, I don't believe in coincidences. Something funny's going on.
Sounds like it, but I have no idea what.
Me neither. Yet. Do you know the person who designed Metal Gear?
You mean Dr. Emmerich?
Yes. Is he still alive?
Probably. He should be in the research lab in the second floor basement of the nuclear warhead storage building to the north.
Second floor basement?
Yeah, that's where his lab is. I think they're forcing him to work on the nuclear launching program.
So they'll need him alive until that's done anyway.
Then we better do something before he finishes.
You're right. In case we can't override the detonation code in time, I need to ask him how to destroy Metal Gear.
You plan to take that thing on by yourself, Snake?
It won't be the first time.
Actually, it will because it's not, you know, Metal Gear Rex in any previous iteration.
Being held.
There's a cargo door on the first floor of this building that leads to the north.
What's the security level of the door there?
5. But it's okay. I've got a level 5 card.
Well, I've got to go save the doctor. You should go.
I'm going with you.
No way. You're still too green. I want you to hide somewhere.
I'm not green.
Oh, yes, you are. You pause for just 1 second in front of your enemy and it's all over. Good luck doesn't last forever.
I don't know what happened. I just couldn't pull the trigger right away. I never had any problems in training, but when I thought about my bullets tearing through those soldiers' bodies, I hesitated.
Shooting at targets and shooting at living, breathing people are different.
Ever since I was a little girl, I always dreamed about being a soldier. Every day of my life, I've trained my mind and body for the one day when I could finally see some real action, and now...
So what now? You want to quit?
I can't quit. I can't allow myself to quit now.
Listen, Meryl. Everybody feels sick the first time they kill someone. Unfortunately, killing is one of those things that gets easier the more you do it. In a war, all of mankind's worst emotions, worst traits come out. It's easy to forget what a sin is in the middle of a battlefield.
But this isn't a war. It's a terrorist action.
You're just a little jumpy from the combat high. The adrenaline in your bloodstream is starting to thin out. Just take it easy.
But I learned all about combat high at the academy.
We'll talk about it later. For now, just think about keeping yourself alive.
So yeah, oh boy, here we go. Yeah, anytime that music starts up, you know shit's going down.
Okay, let me try to say this another way. Stay the hell out of my way.
Yeah, that's right.
You're a real bastard, just like my uncle said.
Huh, I told you, the real me is no match for the legend.
It looks like you were right. Okay, Snake. I'll be a good girl.
We'll link up after I grab the doctor. Then we'll take care of the detonation code override.
Gotcha. But listen, I know this area better than you. Call me if you have any questions.
Be careful, okay?
After I open up the cargo door, I'll contact you.
Alright, whatever. fine. Also, yeah, 12-ton mech robot, no big deal. No big deal at all. All you gotta do is place a C4 in this particular pattern. Left, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right. And I think the last one was 2 lefts. And you're good. That's about all you need. Were there any other level 2 doors here? I don't recall. I think any of the stuff that we had grabbed originally... Okay, never mind. That disproved my theory. I was gonna say it probably came back, but it doesn't look like it did, so... You know, whatever. You can't say that. I don't think Meryl will be a very good cook anyway. Okay, that's probably it for the level 2 security doors that are going to be in basement level 2, but we can come back up top here and grab a couple things, I think. So, let's go do that, and then we'll see if Meryl can open up that security door. You know.
Snake, I unlocked the cargo door for you.
Thanks. Where are you?
Where I can see ya.
Don't move around too much.
Don't worry, I'm disguised in this enemy uniform.
You won't be for long with the way you walk.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Listen, Snake, the cargo door is like an airlock. It's equipped with infrared sensors. Be careful. If an intruder is sensed, gas is released.
Gas?
Gas.
Okay, so we'll meet at the nuclear warhead storage building.
Wait, you said you'd stay put and be a good girl.
I changed my mind.
Don't get careless. That's when things always turn sour.
Sorry, but this is the only way I can figure out whether or not I'm cut out to be a soldier. I gotta get my hands dirty.
These guys are professionals. You're gonna get yourself killed.
See you there.
Not with the way you move. What is that supposed to mean? You got junk in the trunk. Booty too big. Let's make a save.
Snake, like Shakespeare said, knots had, all spent, while our desire is got without content. Basically, it means that your desire can get you into trouble if you're not careful. That goes for items, too. Don't get too greedy or you might be sorry. Be careful, Snake.
Alright, Dollar. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. You have a good night. Maybe we'll see you next time. Let's see. Okay, so we need to go up top here, do a couple things before we actually take off for the nuclear warhead storage building. There's one item up here, I don't remember what it is, but it's that far room on the other end of the catwalk. And I think at this point they do have soldiers patrolling the area up there too, so we gotta be like extra careful. Yeah, there he is right there. Ah, that bastard. Not a good area to use the cardboard box either because it's so linear. If the cardboard box works surprisingly well in a lot of different areas, but the biggest problem where you have using it is anything that has a direct path. If the box is in the direct path of a soldier, they'll just pick it up and then, you know, SOL after that. So we'll see if what we can get done here. I don't think he should be able to hear me. Maybe. He keeps like inching forward and it's making me nervous. I am gonna kill this guy, because... Okay, I guess I couldn't get him at that point. What door is this? Oh, level 4, jeez. Maybe I'll leave him. This guy was a pain in the ass, I remember, when you're in this room. Oh, the mine detector, that's sorta handy. But we already have a means to detect mines outside of that, so... I don't know. Let's just wait here a sec, see what he ends up doing. This guy's standing here, though. I remember if you go into this room like he wouldn't leave for the longest time, or his movements would not sync up well with the security camera. And then you just sort of end up... Yeah, look at that. There you go. Okay, so... that stopped him. But I'm pretty sure all he does is he just moves back and forth. It creates a bit of a problem when you're trying to exit the room. Let's wait for this guy to pass up down on the floor below. He's looking right at me. Hey, how you doing? Alright. Now we can progress. I wonder if I should save. Does it actually save any items I pick up? I don't remember.
What can I
We'll
do
give her
for you,
another
Snake?
call.
Snake, in China they say you must cross the river before you tell the crocodile he has bad breath. Do you know what that means? It means that the wise man avoids danger first. Use your brain to avoid traps and stay away from the enemy.
Okay, but a flaw in your point, crocodiles don't speak English.
Be careful, Snake. That airlock is set with infrared sensors. You probably can't see them with your naked eyes, but there are infrared beams coming out of that wall. Touch any one of them, and the doors will seal off, and the place will be flooded with poison gas. Somehow, you've got to get through without setting off those sensors.
Well, we'll see what we can do. I think there's two options we can do with this. One is using the thermal goggles, which looks horrifying, and I don't like to use. The other is using the cigarettes, which you never know when they're gonna be useful for you, but they are in this particular instance. Let's see if I can get this through this part without actually messing it up, because this has always been a pain in the ass for me. Hey, not bad. Watch Snake zip up here. Zoop. There you go.
Snake, be careful. There are claymore mines around there. Use a mine detector.
Who are you?
Just call me Deep Throat.
Deep Throat? The informant from the Watergate scandal?
Never mind about that.
You're not using burst transmission. Are you nearby?
Listen, there's a tank in front of your position waiting to ambush you.
Who are you anyway?
One of your fans.
So this is actually a callback to Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. The character Gray Fox in that game contacts you under the guise of being one of your fans. I think there's at least 2 occasions where he calls you and gives you a hint about something that's coming up, so Snake should be able to put 2 and 2 together.
Colonel, I got a codec call from someone outside this operation.
I know. We were monitoring the call. Mei Ling knows everything about the communication system, so let me have her explain it to you.
Well, if somebody knows your frequency, they can call you. But the question is, how did he learn it? It's top secret information.
So you mean someone leaked the information?
That's the only explanation I can think of.
Mei Ling, do you know where that transmission originated from?
I'm sorry. The radio waves were too weak to locate their source, but I'm sure he's near you, somewhere on the base.
Snake, you'll have to go through the minefield to advance.
I'm willing to make that sacrifice.
Master, does the name Deep Throat mean anything to you?
Deep Throat? What? You mean the guy from Watergate?
No, but he uses the same name. Whoever he is, he's not part of our operation, but he's been giving me advice by codec.
What?
On top of that, he wasn't using burst transmission. It seems he was transmitting from somewhere on this base.
Somewhere on the base?
Yes.
I have no idea who that could be.
I see.
Well, you're not any help, are you? Okay, so also here we can use 2 different methods to locate the mines. I am standing very close to a couple of them. but there is the mine detector, which we just picked up, and also the thermal goggles. Thermal goggles are very handy. It just doesn't look nice. Where is the mine detector? There it is. But these things can easily wreck your shit. Despite the fact that you're actually facing them, you could just crawl and pick them up, so that's always nice. You don't actually have to access them from behind. I want to say it's even the same when it comes to Metal Gear Solid 3 and 4. They just never really gave it much thought to do that. I guess it'd be a hassle to try and approach them from a different angle each and every time. I will say that they are harder to see in Metal Gear Solid 3, at least. Let's see if Nastasha has any comments on this.
Those are claymore mines. Unlike other mines, which are planted underground, claymores are set up above ground and are designed to produce maximum damage in a wide fan-shaped area. When they go off, they spray 700 1.2 millimeter steel pellets in a 60-degree pattern, much like an oversized shotgun. Traditionally, claymores use a tripwire to set them off, but those claymores are a new type. They are camouflaged using the new stealth technology and are equipped with sophisticated motion detectors.
Oh, okay. I actually don't remember that, that they have the stealth optic camo on them. I just figured that, oh, they're hidden, so you can't actually see them. And that was just simply a game mechanic. But that makes a little bit of sense, I guess. Actually, I'll probably just keep that up. Oh boy, here comes the best voice actor in this game.
This is Raven's territory. Snakes don't belong in Alaska. I will not let you pass. Send him a message. That's right, you belong on the ground. You should crawl on the ground like the snake you are. Come, let's fight.
Yes, let's. This guy, I can't remember his name, but he does Vulcan Raven. He's a pretty accomplished voice actor, so he does better in different roles, but for whatever reason, he just is a little off in this game. That's okay. We still love him.
Snake, look out for that tank's main gun. It'll pulverize you. There should be some way. Ask Nastasha. She knows everything there is to know about weapon systems.
Fair enough, we'll do that now.
That M1 tank is equipped with advanced Victronics. Once it locks onto a target, it automatically tracks it, and its main gun is effective up to 3,000 meters. To get close, you'll have to confuse its tracking system. Use your chaff. If you can jam the system and get close enough, it won't be able to use its main gun. Use your chaff at a long distance to fool its electronic systems.
Good idea.
I think you might be able to fool the tank's electronic systems.
Nastasha already beat you to it. Thanks for trying, though, Meryl. No response? Come on. Master, you're supposed to be there for me. Same with my fan. I guess Meiling's probably not going to offer much here. Okay, so we could go ahead and do what they said, because it's usually the best idea. I've only got one chaff grenade, though. Wow. I really haven't been keeping up with those. That's okay. Whoa! Alright, good thing I had the ration on. I guess it didn't explode right away. Thanks, Raven. Oh, come on. Fatal error on my part. I think the only thing we can do now, if we don't have any chaff grenades, is wait for it to come up here. Which is unfortunate. It's a shame, too, because I think that little cutscene where Raven pops out of the tank only happens once. Oh well. Oh, wow. You can get me from there, huh? Might be... Might be best just to die here, especially if I can get my chaff grenade back. I literally only need the one. It's just I needed to wait for it to actually explode. I jumped the gun on it. Okay, well here's the guy. Oh, that didn't work out so great. Did that not? Okay, now he's just running me over. I'm gonna get shot. There you go. Okay. Let's see if we can continue and get the chaff grenade, because that's kind of essential to actually get up there. First game over, though. We get to hear somebody screaming after us. Okay, so we still have the chaff grenade. It would be more handy to have more of them, but I can't think of a spot where we can just grab them from any of these particular areas. No, thank you, fan. I have it. We met in an alternate lifetime. Though, I guess... Alright, I hate to do it, but I better call these guys just to get those conversations over with, because once he calls again, if you contact them after the fact, then they will go through the same spiel without actually having any new dialogue, which is something I sort of want, so... On the one hand, I think the tank is actually susceptible to the Claymore mines. It never drives down the center here, but I think it drives... Obviously, we saw it kind of around those other areas. So I might see how far I can get and try to plant them over there. We'll see. Let's take a look. Because it hits their treads, which is preferable because it also makes it slower, I think. Ah, shit, those just regular grenades.
See how you like this?
Oh, come on. He wasn't blinking. Ah, he got me on that one. There's the chaff grenades, okay. I knew they had them somewhere on the field. I just didn't remember where. Only problem with this is, yeah, I don't... One, they're able to shoot me from there. And two, I'm not able to actually throw them out. Whoa, what the hell was that? There we go. One just like, I don't know if it bounced off the gun, but it launched into space. Hate that, but it could be a little annoying sometimes.
Well, boss, I hope you are happy. He got the card.
We'll play with him a little longer.
You would be wise not to underestimate him.
What did you think of him?
He is just as you said. In battle, he is as if possessed by a demon. Much like you, I would expect no less.
See? I told you so. But I will kill him.
So, General Ivan, I hear he took your hand as well as your dignity.
Watch your tongue, shaman.
In the language of the Sioux people, Sioux means snake. It is known as an animal to be feared.
Well, Snake is mine now. When I meet him next, I'll take special care of him.
Not yet. Don't kill him yet.
He and I will meet again in battle.
Same prediction as always?
Yes, the raven on my head. It thirsts for his blood.
He gets a little more emotive the second time you meet him around. Still those classic lines, though. This is Raven's territory. Alright, team. Any thoughts?
Snake, you've got to rescue Dr. Emmerich, the Metal Gear engineer.
He's probably being held prisoner in the second floor basement of the Warhead Storage Building.
Yes, as that was expressed to us by Merrill and Baker.
They say that there are 500,000 nuclear engineers in the world. But after the end of the Cold War, the demand for nuclear engineers dropped precipitously. In the Eastern Bloc countries in particular, there is a tremendous brain drain. They cannot keep their scientists in their country. And each year, more and more nuclear engineers go to work for the highest bidder.
It's also important to be able to control your bodily functions. You never know when a long demo is about to begin. So make sure you're prepared to sit in front of the monitor for a long time if necessary.
Yeah, a little foreshadowing, eh? We've actually already had a couple. The Baker conversation is nothing to scoff at.
You're incredible, Snake. You single-handedly beat an M1 tank.
No big deal. But I'll bet that VR simulator you trained on didn't have any scenarios that put you one-on-one against a tank, did it?
No, but there was no scenario where I had to work alone with a Special Forces soldier against a group of terrorists either.
In real life, things never go the way you expect them to, especially on a battlefield.
I'm already holed up in the Warhead Storage Building. It looks like Dr. Emmerich is still fine, but I'm not sure for how much longer. Hurry up this way, okay?
You never know what to expect on the battlefield. I think we can go outside and collect a couple things that we weren't able to grab out there. Let's take a look inside the nuclear warhead storage building. One of Konami's mascots, if you want to even call it that, was a Moai head, I think. And I'm pretty sure it's in this game. It's visible inside one of the buildings. The only thing is it's tricky to look around in this area because you can't actually kill anybody unless you actually walk up to them and, you know, choke them out. So, I don't know if I'm going to want to spend the time looking around, but it's another Easter egg. Oh, hey. I actually don't remember the tank just hanging out there. It obviously gets taken away. I think it makes its way back to the tank hangar. And then it's kind of like dismantled. But I don't remember being able to see it all dysfunctional out on the field like that. Also, what I was trying to do, which only Meryl had a comment on it, but I thought I remember when contacting, the team after a boss battle, they usually have comments on it specifically. I guess it's not everybody, or maybe it's just because there's other pressing matters, but, at least we got something.
Have you gotten used to using the radar yet?
Yeah, it's a great system. Not only can I read the topography, but I can monitor the movement of the bad guys, too.
Pretty convenient, huh? It also makes it easy for us to see everything that you're doing.
You're watching everything?
Of course. If you were my boyfriend, you'd never be able to cheat on me.
Being monitored 24 hours a day, that'd be like hell.
Don't think of it like that. At least you'd never get lost.
They don't have like an exact fix on what's going on, do they?
Be careful. You absolutely must not use weapons in that area.
I've already programmed the nanomachine so that he won't be able to, Colonel.
What? What are you talking about?
Have you forgotten? That's where they keep the nuclear warheads. Can't you see them?
Yeah, there's lots of boxes piled up here, but are they all warheads?
Yes, they're all dismantled warheads.
They just leave them here? It's like President Baker said. Totally careless.
They're working on a limited budget. They try to put on a pretty face for the media, but this is the grim reality of it. Nastasha knows lots more about it than I do.
All of the warheads in those boxes have had their detonation mechanisms removed, so there's no fear of them exploding. But if the warheads are broken, they might leak plutonium, and that would be a serious problem.
Snake, never use your weapon on that floor.
It's a good thing all these guys in here have their own guns. I guess we'll see if Nastasha has anything to say about this.
Snake, that is a nuclear warhead storage area.
Are all these filled with nuclear warheads?
Yes, but their detonation mechanisms
Deja
have been
vu.
removed.
So I don't have to worry about this island turning into a pile of smoking rubble.
No, but if the casing is damaged, they may be leaking nuclear materials. Please, make sure you do not use your gun around there.
Don't have much of a choice. Naomi locked my weapons, which I don't know how you're able to do that, but she's able to do it. Fortunately, there's not too much in terms of security here. There are a couple security cameras, and we have, I think, like 3 guys, but it's not too bad. A couple things to collect here. I think especially with some of the stuff coming up, we want to try and get as many boxes of ammunition or what have you. This is a lot more defined than when they redid this place in Metal Gear Solid 4. I'm always used to seeing a lot of that crap in here. Ah, shit.
What was that noise? Huh?
I'm actually not too sure where the Moai head is. I was taking a look for it, but it's a little bit too risky to just be jumping around. Oh shit, I think this guy goes back to where he started. The truck that we just jumped into, those do have a specific purpose in the game. They're actually used as a form of fast travel. This isn't necessarily what I'd call an open world game, but it is pretty expansive. And there's a little bit of backtracking you need to do. Unfortunately, none of the trucks seem to be in a position that make it advantageous to use them as a form of backtracking. It's usually better just to walk back there, to be quite honest. The boxes, if you'll notice that they're labeled once you get multiples of them, but we have one here, cardboard box A, to heliport. Now, for the longest time, I didn't actually know what that meant. I'm like, okay, does that mean I just got it at the heliport? Like, what does it matter? Why are there multiple boxes? Well, yeah, it kind of matters because if you jump inside the truck with one of those boxes on, that's the area that it labels itself as. That's the area that you're going to get carted off to. So if you do happen to want to use it as a means of fast travel, it's good to know which box you're putting on before hopping into a truck. This guy might end up seeing me.
The
Just a box. Don't worry about it. Okay, I thought the key card I currently had was able to open up one of these doors, but I guess not. Just a box, don't worry about it.
Just a box.
That's right. Just a box. I think maybe one of the doors on the right-hand side. I'll give it another look. If this guy ever leaves. Okay, gotta go take a piss break. There we go, okay. Nikita launcher, this is exactly what we needed. I actually forgot that we even needed this for the next section, but it's a good thing I came back here and got it. Let's see, can't get that one though. I do think that there's an item underneath one of the desks, but I don't think I want to check necessarily for it. There it is. FAMAS bullets, okay. Not exactly handy at this point in time, but it is what it is. Okay, now I can go to B2.
Just like Baker said,
Sure, we had that conversation. Talking about Muff, I know.
You've got to rescue Dr. Emmerich and find out Metal Gear's weak point.
Isn't he being held in the laboratory in the northeast part of the floor you're on?
Why, yes he is. In fact, we can see him right now. Unfortunately, nobody except for Johnny ever reacts to your knocking. Well, that and the soldiers if you're trying to distract them, but no one important. Ah, yes. The old electrified floor gimmick. This was not something I don't think there was an electrified floor in Metal Gear 2. There was definitely one in Metal Gear 1, and you had to use the exact same method to bypass it, which is to use the Nikita missiles, or the RC missiles.
Snake, watch out. That place is filled with gas. Also, the floor is electrified. First, destroy the high voltage switch. It's the switchboard on the northwest wall.
But how? I can't reach it.
Use a remote-controlled missile.
Thanks.
After the fall of the Soviet Union, the nuclear management program fell to pieces. In the late 1990s, there were rumors that nearly 100 suitcase-sized nuclear bombs mysteriously disappeared from the Soviet arsenal. We still do not know whether it is true or not, but it is possible that they fell into the hands of terrorists.
Okay, well, that wasn't exactly what I was expecting, but sure.
For the time being, let's trust what Deep Throat told us. Use a remote-controlled missile to destroy the switchboard in the northwest section of the Warhead Storage Building's second-floor basement. Make sure your remote-controlled missile doesn't get shot down by those gun cameras.
Awfully specific there. I guess you need to be.
What's up, Snake? Snake, have you ever heard the saying, friendly counsel cuts off many foes? It means that a little bit of advice from friends can save you a lot of trouble. You should think about it.
I have thought about it.
If you're in trouble or if you need some information about something, please contact Colonel Campbell or someone else, okay?
It's never a good idea to fight on too full a stomach. It'll make you logy, maybe even sleepy. You should wait 30 minutes after eating before you play.
Before you play? Excuse me?
Deep Throat? No, I don't know anyone who calls himself that.
I see.
I wonder why he's trying to help you.
I have no idea.
A trap?
Could be, but for the time being, I'll have to trust him.
I actually forgot to contact Beryl in the snowfields after Deep Throat contacted us, so glad I was able to do that now. Anyway, I used to hate controlling these things because I didn't know for the longest time that you could enter first-person mode with them. It helps a hell of a lot more being able to use first-person. Doesn't always work out, but it's a lot better than trying to control them in third-person view mode. Because that just kind of sucks. Okay, so let's jump back out here so we can get full oxygen. There are a couple rooms I think we're able to access. Okay, there's a ration in there, that's good. One of them I think has a gas mask. There it is. The only thing is, though, it's only most effective, obviously, when you have full oxygen. It doesn't block out the gas entirely, which kind of sucks, but, you know, I guess whatever. Alright, I probably need to open the doors first. But it does slow down the oxygen consumption rate, which is always nice. Oh shit. Did I throw it? I didn't throw it. Probably would help if I threw it. Kita missiles. Okay. That should be everything that we can get right now. Oh boy, here we go, the big spooky scene.
It looks like they were cut by some type of blade.
Yeah, ghosts. So obviously we got those pan flutes going on, and then there's like this weird Japanese-esque language, but it's actually not Japanese words, it's Japanese names. It's actually developers of the game that are being spoken here, so kind of weird.
What's this pile of corpses? It looks like they were all slashed by some kind of sword.
Couldn't be.
What?
Nothing.
Snake, I'm worried about Emmerich. Hurry up and get to him.
It looks like the DARPA chief and the arms tech president.
I don't know that now's in time, but okay.
Maintaining a dominant nuclear arsenal. They are big on the nuclear deterrent theory. The idea behind a nuclear standoff is that both countries would be too afraid to use a nuclear weapon for fear of a nuclear reprisal. In other words, the only thing preventing a country from totally devastating another country with nuclear weapons is the fear of a nuclear counterstrike. Those two probably feel that Metal Gear will further promote that security.
Maybe.
Meryl, this pile of corpses, is this your handiwork?
No way.
I didn't think so.
Who could have done that?
You got me, but he must be somewhere up ahead.
Then I guess you'll just have to go and find out.
Guess so.
People who have been through war and survived develop a kind of sixth sense to warn them of danger. Trust your instincts as a soldier, as a gamer.
Gamers. Trust your instincts. Oh, come on, Deep Throat. Now's the perfect time.
Snake, you can't use the radar because something's jamming it. And whatever's doing it is very close to you. Be careful. Be careful, Snake.
I'll see what I can do. I think we still need that to get in the room up ahead.
It's a ghost.
You were right, it is a ghost. He said it himself, he must know. It kind of sucks that, you know, all these guys have the FAMAS lying around there. At least they give you the bullets, but still. It's like, you know, I just want to pick them up. This guy's still alive. I think if you get the camera at this point, or come back here, you get to see some of the ghosts in here when taking the camera. Shots. But I don't remember. That's one thing where I'm not too clear on it. Same with the Moai head. It's like all the little hidden imagery stuff. And specifically that, since you actually got to start taking photographs everywhere, I just don't know where they are. But I think some of them are in here. It would make sense. Oh, the famous line is up here in a sec. And the piss scene.
Stealth camouflage? Who are you?
Where is my friend?
What are you talking about? Oh, what next?
Snake.
You're that ninja.
I've been waiting for you, Snake.
Who are you?
Neither enemy nor friend. I am back from a world where such words are meaningless. I've removed all obstacles. Now you and I will battle to the death.
What do you want?
I've waited a long time for this day. Now I want to enjoy the moment.
What's with these guys? It's like one of my Japanese animes.
I've come from another world to do battle with you.
What is it, revenge?
It is nothing so trivial as revenge. A fight to the death with you. Only in that can my soul find respite. I will kill you, or you will kill me. It makes no difference. Fine. He can watch from inside there.
I need that man. Keep your hands off him.
Now, make me feel it. Make me feel alive again.
Okay.
If you have a question about members of FOXHOUND, you should ask Naomi.
I'm sorry, but there's no one in FOXHOUND like that. There are currently only 6 members of FOXHOUND. Psycho Mantis, Sniper Wolf, Balkan Raven, Decoy Octopus, Revolver Ocelot, and finally Liquid Snake. Genome soldiers under his command are next-generation special forces. FOXHOUND is intended to be a small number of highly elite, hand-picked soldiers.
You're talking about the current FOXHOUND, right?
Yes.
Snake, who or what is that thing? Is he an enemy or not?
That's what I'd like to know. Naomi, you really don't have any idea?
Maybe I should ask you the same thing.
What?
Nothing. Forget about it.
Oh, please.
Look at him move. He must have some kind of powered exoskeleton.
Powered exoskeleton? You mean like prosthetic arms and legs?
No. Prosthetics are intended to replace original body parts. That ninja's exoskeleton makes him far stronger than any normal human. He is a true cyborg, a cybernetic organism.
So he's half machine, huh?
I heard rumors about the experiments, but I had no idea that such a creature really existed.
Yeah, exactly. He's fast. Super speeds.
He's just playing with you. Why don't you try throwing away your weapons?
You'd like that, wouldn't you, Miller?
Ninja? I've never heard of any member of FOXHOUND like that. But you're gonna have to do something about him if you want to save Dr. Emmerich.
Okay. Short and sweet, I guess. A deep throat. I really could use your help right now. Alright. Never there when you need him. Oh, wow. Right out the gate, huh? What is... Okay, yeah, it's O.
Good. Now we can fight as warriors. Hand to hand.
It's the basis of all combat.
Only a fool trusts his life to a weapon.
Hurt me more! Greg Eagles does an excellent job here. It sounds a little weird considering that the cyborg ninja underneath the suit is the whitest guy imaginable. And he sounds clearly black, but that's okay. He's so white his hair is like translucent. But Greg Eagles, I've also referenced somebody that was in the Group Adventures of Billy and Mandy, which I know is not really the most exciting thing, but he was also in there, along with Nastasha's voice actress. He actually does the somewhat title character of the Grim Reaper. Actually, I would have really liked if you had broken that window. That way I could actually use it to get through, but that's okay. Okay, you can break the other one, that's fine. So hand-to-hand combat battles were always sort of a thing in Metal Gear. One of the final climactic battles of Metal Gear 2, the previous game, ended in hand-to-hand combat. As dopey as it was still a moment. And it's supposed to be like one of those, you know, climactic final movie scenes.
Hurry up and catch me.
I feel like this might have been the basis for the Laughing Octopus battles. Obviously, they did a lot more with that one, but the whole play and hide and seek element. So I mean, with this, it is usually once you get close to him, he's just gonna jump out anyway. But you can use the thermal goggles. Problem with that is if he gets a real hard hit on you, then you're just gonna be, you know, shit creek. Ooh. What'd that server ever do to you?
Hurry up and catch me.
The chaff grenades do work on him. I guess we could toss one out there. He still got me. Come on, get up. But it sort of makes this part easier, I guess. Although I don't know where he is. Where are you? Oh, he was there.
I'm here, Snake.
Hit him a little late, I guess. Ah, damn. Stopped a little short.
Hurry up and catch me.
The second hand-to-hand combat section in this game is one of the worst imaginable. It's my least favorite part of the game, but, you know, I guess we'll get to it when we get to it, but not looking forward to it.
I've been waiting for this.
Ah, here are the famous lines. This whole section is just so quotable. There you go. Oh, come on. I guess it's a little tight in here. Let's lead him out a little bit. There we go. Much more suitable area.
That's it. I remember that.
I want to be careful for when he starts pulling this crap. Because that can be a pain in the ass. See? Exactly like that. And it's got a hell of a range to it, too. It's sort of an issue. Hopefully that was good enough for him.
I felt that snake. Do you remember me now?
Can't be. You were killed in Zanzibar.
Zanzibar land.
What? Not again. What's happening?
I'm losing myself.
Is it over?
Gray Fox. Colonel, that ninja is Gray Fox. No doubt about it.
Ridiculous. You of all people should know he died in Zanzibar.
No. He should have died, but he didn't.
What?
It happened before I joined FOXHOUND's medical staff. They were using a soldier for their gene therapy experiments.
I never heard that.
It happened right after you retired. My predecessor, Dr. Clark, was in charge.
Dr. Clark?
Yes. He started the gene therapy project.
She?
Now.
He was killed in an explosion in his lab 2 years ago.
So what about this
You've
soldier?
got the wrong information.
Apparently, for their test subject, they decided to use the body of a soldier who was recovered after the fall of Zanzibar.
And that was Gray Fox.
But he was already dead.
Yes. But they revived him. They fitted him with a prototype exoskeleton and kept him drugged for 4 years while they experimented on him like a plaything. Today's genome soldiers were born from those experiments.
That's the sickest thing I ever heard.
They used him to test all sorts of gene therapy techniques.
Naomi, why didn't you tell us about this sooner?
Because it's confidential information.
Is that the only reason?
Naomi, what happened to Gray Fox after that?
The record says he died in the explosion.
I see. But even if that ninja is Gray Fox, the question is, why?
From what I could tell, he didn't know who he was.
Are you saying that he's just a mindless robot?
I'm not sure, but he seems intent on fighting me to the death. We'll meet again. I know it.
So you'll fight again? Until you kill him?
I'd rather not. But maybe that's what he wants.
Maybe it is. Also, they retconned Dr. Clark into being a woman.
How long are you gonna stay in there?
But that's not until we get to Metal Gear 3. Solid 3.
No, I'm not. I always work alone.
Alone? Are you an otaku too?
Come on, get out.
That certainly is a qualifier, isn't
Can't
it?
stay here forever.
Your uniform is different than theirs.
You're the Metal Gear Chief Engineer, Hal Emmerich, right?
You know me?
I heard about you from Meryl.
Oh, so you're here to rescue me?
Sorry, but no. There's something that I've got to do first.
Oh, well, at least you're not one of them.
Huh. Are you hurt?
I'm okay. I just twisted my ankle a little bit trying to get away.
Well, if that's all, it's nothing to worry
His leg is affecting the game read.
I want to ask you something. I need information about
Come on, game, you could do it.
Metal Gear.
Huh? Metal Gear?
Yeah. What's Metal Gear really designed for?
It's a mobile TMD. It's designed to shoot down nuclear missiles. Only for defensive purposes, of course.
Fire! I already know that Metal Gear is nothing but a nuclear-equipped walking deathmobile.
Nuclear? What are you talking about?
The terrorists are planning to use Metal Gear to launch a nuclear missile. You telling me you didn't know?
They're gonna put a dismantled warhead into Metal Gear's TMD missile module?
Wrong. From the beginning, the purpose of this exercise was to test Metal Gear's nuclear launch capability using a dummy nuclear warhead. The terrorists are just continuing the work you started.
No, you're wrong.
I heard it directly from your boss, Baker.
No. A nuclear missile on Rex?
So you really didn't know?
No. All the armament was built by a separate department, and the President personally supervised the final assembly of the main unit.
President Baker?
Yeah. I was never told exactly what they armed Rex with. I only know it's equipped with a Vulcan cannon, a laser, and a railgun.
Deathmobile, you like the sound of that, huh?
A railgun, you said?
Yeah. It uses magnets to fire bullets at extremely high velocities. The technology was originally developed for the SDI system and later scrapped. We were successful in miniaturizing it, in a joint venture between Arms Tech and Rivermore National Labs. The railgun is on Rex's right arm.
Metal Gear's main function is to launch nuclear missiles. You sure you're not forgetting something?
It's true that Metal Gear has a missile module on his back that can carry up to 8 missiles, but are you saying it was originally meant to carry nuclear missiles?
Yeah, but that's not all I think. If Metal Gear fired only standard nuclear missiles, then they should already have all the practical data they need.
No. Could it be?
So many cuts here.
Metal Gear's co-developer, Rivermore National Labs, was working on a new type of nuclear weapon. They were using Nova and NIF laser nuclear fusion testing equipment and supercomputers.
So they developed a new type of nuclear weapon in a VR testing lab, huh?
Yes, but you can't use virtual data on a battlefield. They would need actual launch data. These are some of the supercomputers. If you link these, you can test everything in a virtual environment. But it's all just theoretical.
So this exercise was designed to test the real thing.
What did our president do? If the terrorists launched that thing... Damn. Damn. I'm such a fool. It's all my fault.
There, Otacon. Let it all out.
The truth is, my grandfather was part of the Manhattan Project. He suffered with the guilt for the rest of his life. And my father?
Yes?
He was born on August 6th, 1945.
The day of the Hiroshima bomb. God's got a sense of humor, all right.
And?
3 generations of Emmerich men. We must have the curse of nuclear weapons written into our DNA.
No, it's okay if you don't want to share, but that's not all he's guilty of. He wasn't just born on the bombing day.
I used to think that I could use science to help mankind. But the one that wound up getting used was me. Using science to help mankind, it's just in the movies.
That's enough crying. Pull yourself together. Where is Metal Gear? Where on this base are they keeping it?
Rex is in the underground maintenance base.
Where's that?
North of the communications tower, but it's a long way there.
The emergency override system for the detonation code is there too?
Yeah, in the maintenance base control room. You'd better hurry. If they were planning a launch from the start, then their ballistic program is probably finished. And since they haven't called for me in a few hours, they must not need me. In other words, they must be ready to launch.
Meryl's got the detonation code override keys. We'll link up with her.
If we can't override the launch, we'll have to destroy Rex.
Huge. Oh, Huey was a bitch. Yeah, he kind of was, wasn't he?
I'll show you the way.
On that leg of yours, you'll just slow me down.
You'll need me if you're gonna destroy Rex.
I don't need you. I just need your brain.
I created Rex. It's my right, my duty to destroy him.
If you get a chance, try to escape. When the coast is clear, I'll contact you by codec.
How am I supposed to escape from an island?
Okay.
So what then?
I want you to hide somewhere and keep me informed. You know this place well, don't you?
Of course I do. And don't worry, I've got this. It's the same stealth technology as the Ninja. FOXHOUND was gonna use them, but with this I'll be fine. Bad leg and all.
Good. But I want Meryl to watch after you too.
Meryl, the engineer's okay.
That's a relief.
I want you to look after him.
What's
Where
that
are you
music?
Very close.
There she is! Over there!
Oh no! Damn, they've spotted me.
Meryl, what happened?
Something's wrong.
Did you hear something? Wasn't that some kind
Oh,
of
he's the one that
music?
comments on that.
What did she look like?
She was wearing the same green uniform as the terrorists.
Though Snake makes a mention of it too, I think. What happened to the music? Says something like that.
A disguise?
She had such a cute way of walking. She kind of wiggles her behind.
You were really looking.
Well, she's got a very cute behind.
Way of walking, huh?
If she's disguised as the enemy, you'll have to contact her when she's alone, huh? There's only one place where we can be sure she's by herself.
Where's that?
Don't be so dense. Here, use this security card. It's security level 4.
You're not in pain, are you?
Huh?
You feel okay? Nothing bothering you?
What's wrong? Getting all friendly all of a sudden.
No, nothing. I'm glad you're okay.
You're strange.
I'm a little nervous. Everyone else I've saved suddenly dies.
You're bad luck.
Forget it, Doctor.
Call me Otacon.
Otacon?
It stands for Otaku Convention. An otaku's a guy like me who likes Japan and
Oh yes, please.
Japan was the first country to successfully make
Yes,
bipedal
indulge us.
robots. They're still the best in the field of robotics.
And Japanese cartoons played some part in that?
Not cartoons, it's
Yeah.
anime.
I didn't get into science to make nuclear weapons, you know.
That's what all scientists say.
I became a scientist because I wanted to make robots like the ones in the Japanese animes. Really, it's true.
Just sounds like a childish excuse to me.
Kojima must have been really proud of police knots.
You're right. We have to take responsibility. Science has always thrived on war. Greatest weapons of mass destruction were created by scientists who wanted to be famous. But that's all over now. I won't take part in murder anymore.
Whatever. All I want from you is information.
Sure. I know everything about this whole base. Ask me anything about Rex or about this place. Also, with this stealth camouflage, I can sneak in and out of the armory and mess hall. If you need ammo or rations, just tell me and I'll bring them to you. I'm on frequency 141.12. See you later.
Okay. Well, it seems to be getting by pretty fine. Also, you can't say that, Snake. Come on. Okay, because I'm no doubt going to forget, because, well, we'll get into it. 141.12. Let's give him a call right now, see what he's up to.
You still haven't found Meryl? Snake, the warhead storage building that you're in has 1 floor above ground and 2 floors below ground. Why don't you search there too?
Sounds good to me. See if anybody has any assessments on the situation.
Well, it looks like you've rescued Emmerich for the time being.
Yeah, with that stealth camouflage, he should be able to hide safely. Gray Fox. I can't believe it. But the real problem is your niece. The way the codec got cut off like that has me worried. Something must have happened to her.
You're worried about Meryl?
Not exactly. It's just that she's holding the detonation code override keys. They're our last chance of stopping that nuclear launch.
You're a cold man. Your mission is more important than the life of your companions?
This is war. Survival is the name of the game. Sometimes you have to be cold to survive.
Yes, but...
Snake, either way, I want you to find Meryl as soon as possible.
I understand. Otacon said that now it's possible to design and test new types of nuclear weapons in a virtual simulation without ever exploding a nuclear device. Is that true?
Yes, it is true. Since the establishment of DART and NEEF early in the 21st century, there has been a wealth of data concerning nuclear fission and fusion. There is also much data accumulated from the nuclear tests conducted over the last 4 decades. With the processing speed of today's supercomputers, they can design a new nuclear weapon through virtual reality computer simulations.
In war, a split second can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Don't ever hesitate. The slower you react, the greater the chance that you'll be beaten.
Okay, thanks, Master. Meryl, you still getting shot at? Alright. Deep Throat? Anything? Alright. A couple Easter eggs here. As we've seen many a time, there's stuff for police knots. Kojima's very proud baby. Don't care about those previous Metal Gear games or anything like that. Police knots is where the shit was at. We saw the animation, the anime cutscenes that were tied to police knots. I don't think this game was ever ported to a US based audience. It might have been in the UK. Got a translation there, though I'm not 100% sure. But I don't think it ever got a US release, anything stateside. Even like nowadays, I'm pretty sure it's just forgotten about. Pretty much anyone's only connection to this game is just through Metal Gear Solid. That's the only way people remember that it even exists. But there's so many like little references and little things in it. I mean, we got the 2 posters here. We got the animation cutscene that played during Otacon's little speech there about his fan of Japanese anime. And then we have the little jingle that pops up during the Konami logo at the start of the game. So a lot of things were tying back to it, but then like it never really continued on after that. This is, I forget what exact kind of model PlayStation this is, but it is not your normal model. I don't think it's a dev kit or anything. Or it might be, I'm not too sure. But this obviously is a PlayStation, so yay, I guess. I think in Twin Snakes it was upgraded to be a Nintendo GameCube, as it would be. And there was also little figurines of Mario and Yoshi. Alright, hey, and we didn't even need to have the keycard out. That's just great.
Snake, there's an old Chinese saying, a scholar who cherishes the love of comfort is not fit to be deemed a scholar. Einstein said it another way. He said that only a life lived for others is worth living. That's why I entered MIT instead of Princeton or Vassar like my friends. I wanted to do applied physics, not just theoretical stuff. I wanted to make things for people. The Soliton radar system or the Codex system. I just wanted to make something that would be useful for people. I think that it was the same for Dr. Emmerich too. But he was used like a tool, used to make a horrible killing machine. Maybe it would be better if engineers like us just stopped making things. I don't know.
Go ahead, let it all out. It's gonna be one of those awkward ellipsis moments afterward. Yes, it is. Okay, well, there you go with that. We're gonna call it here. We had a good stream with this, about 3 hours. I think that's a fair amount of time, and we stopped at a good point, which is at the Cyborg Ninja, after the Cyborg Ninja battle, meeting up with Otacon and all that jazz. So I'm glad we were able to do that much. This will be a weekly thing. I'm not going to be dropping back to this every couple days or so, like I do with, most of the games I play. So if you do want more Metal Gear Solid, we'll pick up right where we left off. I'm not going to do anything on my own time because there's really not much to it. But we will pick up next Monday, right here, and we'll continue on. Hopefully we'll be able to get a good chunk out of that too. Might even make it a disc too. Who knows? If all things go well, I could be ended up finishing this within a 3-part series, but I guess it just depends on how it plays out. I feel like today was pretty good, and it's going to be a lengthy one still, though, because we are listening to probably as much unique dialogue as I can remember to actually contact people for, because I want to get all that in there. And I'm actually really enjoying it. I know it's not everybody's dig. Not everyone's going to like all the dialogue and dialogue-heavy games, but I do really like the attention to detail with the codec sequences. It's just a lost art form in the Metal Gear universe. We haven't had anything like this since Metal Gear Solid 3. So it's always good to come back to. And to be fair, aside from probably Snake Eater, I think it does have the best radio/codec sequences in the entirety of the series. But that is up to opinion. Anyway, I thank everybody for watching. Appreciate everybody coming through here. All those people during the raid, thank you. Thank Deller for the raid as well. Let's see, Unicorn X Cake, thanks for the follow. Mega, thank you for the follow. I don't know if you're still here. Appreciate it. Lady Raina, thank you for the follow as well. And everybody else, you guys take care. Have a good night. Like I said, looking for more Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid? Not Metal Gear Solid. It'll be next week, next Monday, when Metal Gear Monday comes back. In the meantime, when I come back with streams, I'm probably going to finish up the lost levels in Doom 64. Might end up doing old school Doom and doing Shores of Hell Onward. And got another game probably that's going to pop up in the mix. May or may not do Grand Theft Auto 5. We did finish 4 last night, but I don't know when I'm going to start up 5. So we'll just have to play it by ear, see what happens. Okay, thanks again. You guys take care. Have a good night. And hopefully we'll see you around next time. Let me see who is streaming. Okay, I haven't hosted Fine Sauce in a while. Let's do that. Okay. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.